as we go into the second game, we'll have to see how MiG Blitz adapts to what Frost put out here. They're going to be on red side this time, so they may not have the luxury of the Orianna Twitch Vayne bans that they had last time around.
Yeah, we'll see.
Those picks are very dangerous on Gank by Mom and Space at the moment.
You know, I had a good conversation during the break with Loco Doco about Mad Life, and we were talking about how his plays were amazing, and he brought up the really good point. It's not the play itself that's amazing, it's the fact that Mad Life can do that sort of stuff consistently. Because other supports out there can do that, but they won't because they're not sure they can hit it every time like Mad Life can. That's what's amazing.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Orianna and Shen going down.
That's right. Picks and bans time.
Ari, Nami, and Lee Sin, the bans once again from Frost, and there's the Vayne, but we still do see that Twitch open this time.
And they're going to first pick it.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
After you see what Mad Life can do on Twitch, exactly. Why wouldn't you? And so there's that Nunu, a very popular jungle pick, and Ezreal as well. So do you think we're going to see MiG Blitz try to run double AD again? Do you think that's a possibility?
I have no idea. I assume they have some more tricks up their sleeves that may look like double AD right now. But Nunu Ezreal is kind of a big tell, but we'll have to see if they're baiting Frost into something here. Or if they're actually going to go for it. The problem is that if they're not running double AD, a blood-boiled blue build Ezreal in bot lane
still
is
a ton of damage.
No, it's not very good.
Yeah,
because he's a caster, so he's not really as reliant on his auto attack. So the blood boil you kind of waste on a blue build Ezreal in bottom lane. So they may have a different plan here. It's not the end of the world, but it's just not as optimal as, say, Caitlyn or Vayne or Twitch or any of the other things you could pull out. But Twitch already taken by Frost, so. And Elise too. Oh, Frost has a good draft going.
Oh boy. Possible Kassadin for Wansuk. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he's really going to be willing to take that risk here. Yeah, well, they've...
double AD.
Okay.
There you go.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Yeah, I think that the Ezreal Nunu made it likely that it was going to happen, and even if it wasn't, it just wasn't optimal.
Oh boy, here we go.
I hope
Zed
the Quinn comes out.
The Quinn would be cool. Triple AD, huh? If double AD is enough, then it's time for triple AD, I guess,
for
right?
triple. Got to go all the way.
Yep.
Although that might demand too much farm.
You know, I was kind of hoping that we might see Gank by Mom pick up Lissandra after seeing Ambition play Lissandra yesterday to great effect. But not the case today, it looks like.
I'd love to see him play Zed, actually, because that AD assassin isn't something we've seen him play before.
Yeah.
And it would offer a little bit of a mix-up right there. Mad Life.
So is it going to be, Zed Yorick, there it is.
Now, Frost does fall into the trap of having 2 AD heavy champions as well and not a lot of other damage. But with no Shen and no tank so far on MiG Blitz, they're going to have a hard time dealing with it, the armor. Meanwhile, Shy on Yorick will be able to be a little bit tankier and so still a little bit better in the late game.
And will we see? Yes, it is. Wansuk locking in Lissandra.
That'll be a top lane Lissandra on Apple, most likely.
Yeah, it looks that way.
So using that hard initiation from Lissandra and Fiddlesticks.
And Lissandra does have a lot of damage, too. I believe it was yesterday, too. Ambition's Lissandra did more champion damage at the end of the game than their carry did.
Than their Twitch. Which is even more important because the spray and pray tends to do a lot of damage in team fights. And that was a testament not only to Lissandra, but how well Ambition played Lissandra and how many people he managed to hit with his AoE every single time.
He had such great engages.
Yes. Yes, he did. But that said, if anyone's used to playing against a good Lissandra player, we now know it's CJ Frost.
That is very true, yeah. It's a very good point, actually. Interesting to see them pick that into Frost after seeing Blaze's games yesterday. But we'll see how it works out. Apple playing Lissandra in the top lane. up against Shy on Yorick in the jungle. Prime on Nunu. Cloud Templar playing Elise this time around. Down at mid AP carry. That's kind of an outdated term, but I'm going to say it anyway. Wansuck, I'm not an AD, and actually, Gank my mom, I'm not an AD, I guess, never mind. So at least I said it was an outdated description, right? Well, there we go. All right. There's our support. Game number 2, guys. Can Blitz force the first place tie with a 1-1? We will see, guys. It's time to get in the game. Here we go, guys. Checking out Spider Mom, Elise, Group D Set 2, CJ Frost, MiG Blitz. In the final regular game of groups in Champion Summer, we're already to the end of it. Already the end of groups.
Oh,
it's gone very fast.
Cute.
And we may have a pick from MiG Blitz. They've got that ward over the wall. No doubt they have that snowball, that fear loaded up as well. And I'd be curious to see what Apple has taken first. If he just went ahead and grabbed Ice Shard, or if he took his W for that stun.
He may be looking
at Frost
to get that stun down with a flash.
Could be.
Gank by Mom and the rest of Frost not having any of it so far.
Nope.
And they're taking a look a little bit further on right there. They're still waiting. They still are hoping.
Yeah, well, I think it's a bit too late now. Shy already moving back towards that blue buff, and
they're going to try though to invade blue.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not.
Huh. They waited so long, I would think they.
Oh, they are.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say if they haven't gone back by now.
They are going to get seen by that ward though.
Yes, they will.
In the river brush. Here they go.
Oh, hello.
They're going to be there right as it spawns. Good timing.
And it's going to be a pretty safe exit by CJ Frost. Not wanting to even mess with that.
No. But
no big surprise there.
They're going to get to lane sooner critically.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll give them a little bit of an experience edge.
Yep.
Which isn't the best thing in the world. Wansuck going back, getting a little advantage in terms of a pot. And now they know that there's going, wow, that's hilarious.
Gank by Mom is Sailor Jupiter. I always suspected, but now we know. Only at Champions, guys. All right, so Yorick versus Lissandra. Not exactly a lane matchup that we've seen a lot of. Madlife coming up to that mid lane. Going to go ahead and throw a turret down, and they're going to go after that blue buff.
An interesting fact, too. This is only the second time we've seen Lissandra played in Champion Summer.
That's right.
And the first time we've seen Lissandra played in top lane. But we did see a lot of Lissandra top lane in the AMD InVen Game Experience Tournament, and we've seen a lot of Lissandra at EU LCS. And some in NALCS as well. So Korea, maybe a little bit behind. I think Lissandra's a pretty powerful pick. But
taking some damage. Yeah, I do. Oh, Madlife trying to get the flay onto Prime there. I do like Lissandra. I think she's got a really good kit. I think she's got a good amount of damage. She is relatively short range and a bit fragile early on. I mean, really throughout the game too, a bit on the fragile side. So you really do need to be careful about how you engage. But that's, I think, the thing. That's, I think, the reason why we hadn't seen a lot of her until now is that, you know, you can do a lot with Lissandra, but if you're just the least bit off in how you come into a fight, you're not going to do damage because you're going to die too fast.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about this Lissandra pick too. Now, they didn't have a lot of success actually engaging with Kennen last time due to the amount of peel that CJ Frost ran in their composition. So Lissandra, though, able to blink, Kennen has to lightning rush in.
Yep.
And so maybe a more reliable kind of Kennen style engage that they're hoping for with Lissandra so they can get their double AD rolling. They also opted for Varus, who has some CC of his own for kiting.
You know,
instead of Caitlyn.
That's a really good point, actually. I wonder if, oh, Prime getting pulled in by Mad Life here. The exhaust down, and they might get first blood. They do. Space picks up the first blood kill. They're not done yet, going after Rihanna. Rihanna, oh, I don't know if he can get away. There's the flash. The Spider Link chasing, and he gets the kill. Cloud Templar and Space picking up the first 2 kills in the game for CJ Frost. And the flash, oh, the poison for Space with the double kill. You've got to be kidding me. CJ Frost, you give them a pixel, they're going to take the entire screen resolution.
It's really nice to see this form return to Frost. They have had a little bit of difficulty, and Gank by Mom is all in.
There's the Ignite on Wansuk. Wansuk trying to arcade shift away. Gank by Mom has his Ignite on him as well. Oh, what? The Living Shadow, the Flash, the mind games from Zed. Gank by Mom showing his skill yet again. What a duelist.
And this just goes to show that, you know, we've got 2 teams with top-tier strategy right here in Frost and Blitz. They've got good team composition. Woong has taught Blitz well, and he picked up players that really understood some of the more intricate parts of team comps. But so does Frost, and Frost showing that they can outplay in every lane right here. And if we saw that too, both teams thinking the same strategy, sending their junglers into that mid lane at the same time, but then Mad Life using that hook to initiate a series of kills.
Yeah, it's quite good. If you're on Cloud Templar, they're gonna pull in Go-Go anyway. They want more blood. Exhaust down on Cloud Templar. Space gets yet another kill on Go-Go. Go-Go already 0-2-0 in this game, and Space 3-0-1 before he's even gotten back.
MIG, man, means Mad Life is God. Mad Life has 4 assists at 6 minutes into this game.
This is
a
going
slaughter.
for the Bloodthirsty of the Year award already.
This is a slaughter.
Yeah. Man. What a game already for CJ Frost.
The plays from Frost.
Yeah.
Very good. Shy, serenely,
I know,
CSing up to the top lane. He's like, I want to kill 2 guys.
He's just skipping with joy back to the lane, apparently.
6-minute Bilgewater Cutlass, and that's only going to make Space more dangerous as the ease of his all-in.
Also a 6-minute, like 2K gold lead for Frost, too.
Oh my.
All those kills. And Apple's got to be feeling pretty alone in that top lane right now. Only one who hasn't died yet.
I think he's happy he's alone at that
time. I think so, too.
He's like, I've been spared. Thank you, Mad Life. But also, Space and Cloud Templar. Cloud Templar going in the precise amount to get that kill with the Spiderling.
Some of the
and taking a turret hit, nearly dying himself.
Really some of the best mechanical play I think we've seen out of any team so far in Champions in the early part of this game.
And Cloud Templar looks like his mechanics are improving actually to pull something like that off.
He really is. Yeah, you know, I was thinking that last game, but I didn't mention is that he is really improving as a jungler. And oh, there's a flash grab on Rihanna. Goes down immediately, insta-gibbed. And the poison slowing down Wansuk. Gank by Mom comes in. A little bit of damage on him. Gank by Mom is in trouble, gets out on the lantern. Apple comes out, there's a flash, does the stun onto Space. Can Space get away? Ignite ticking away, no, it's gonna be the first kill for MiG Blitz. Whoa, true shot barrage. Ninja move from Gank by Mom to get out of that one.
Ninja dodge, but they get the dragon, so.
They do, yeah.
It's all kind of worth it.
We saw Mad Life on the screen for a second with his face like, oh, my carry died, I have failed. I have failed my mission.
He's never satisfied.
It's okay, he already fed him 3 kills this game. He should be okay with that.
Got 1 for himself as well.
Yeah.
3 for you, 1 for me.
That's right. That's how you do it. It's a support tax.
Notably too, they forced Apple to come in for that play, and so Shy was able to actually get back a little bit in terms of the CS in this game. He was down by a little bit right there, but
it's been a tougher lane for him. But
he got the pressure down on top and mid by rotating down as Apple did. Wasn't there for the fight, but still recouping that early deficit that he had just a little bit right there.
Man, Space has just been so good. Like the slows he's gotten on some of the members of Blitz have been just perfect.
Yeah, the one error in this game was Gank by Mom getting over-aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's what you can expect, too. Gank by Mom, not a professional player before this season, maybe unused to that kind of play calling.
Yeah.
And so when he used the death mark on the Wonsuck
Oh,
right
Wonsuck, speaking of Wonsuck, there he goes.
there's no escape now. So you can see the Bilgewater Cutlass active is just going to destroy anyone. And this is why, guys, Ryan has said they're going to nerf this item. It's too, the active on Bilgewater and the active on Blade are too good.
I agree
on
completely.
AD carries for dueling. Way too good. Frankly, champions like Vayne should not be like the best split pushing champ in the game.
Well, essentially, it gives you a very cheap fifth ability.
Yes.
You just get a targeted slow whenever you want. Well, not whenever you want, but like.
If you're dueling against really anybody with a slow like that.
Oh, Gank by Mom waiting for the end of that glacial path. Oh, man. This game is... It's going to be a little bit shorter game, isn't it? Oh, Wonsuck getting pulled again. Immediately Cocoon. There's the flay. There's the kill. Absolute zero. Not doing a whole lot. Doing absolute nothing. Oh, boy.
Well, CJ, this time around, as opposed to last game, they picked early game champions. They picked Zed. They picked Elise. They picked Twitch and Thresh. Champions that can make plays and do a ton of damage early. And you're seeing them really use them to their maximum potential.
Yeah.
Twitch can be such a lane bully. There is a Blade at 10 minutes into this game.
Absolutely
and
terrifying.
Only having that BF sword, and at this point in time, they can just send Twitch to split push any lane they want, and he will be able to outduel any player on MiG Blitz with ease.
Yeah, nobody can kill Twitch right now. You know, and I feel like last game was CJ Frost saying, all right, we need this win to make sure we advance in the group. And now it's CJ Frost saying, you know what, that first seed, it's cool, we want it, but we want to play something fun, we want to play something aggressive in this next game. A little bit more laid back, but man, are they putting the hammer to MiG Blitz right now. Oh, they're going to flash the wall. Nice Varus ultimate, and a surprise party coming too. Cloud Templar trying to get away, he's not going to make it.
And it's plays like that where you can really see the potential of Blitz.
Oh yeah, they're not making it on in this season, but they have been a great addition to champions.
It'll also be fun to see how far they can go in NLB.
That's really good. I'd love to see Blitz versus a sword that's had some time to kind of get things together. Oh, hello. Come on in, Prime. There's the box. He flashes out of it, though. And the Lysandra ultimate used without too much effect.
Well, Blitz doing everything they can, but a 5K gold deficit at 12 minutes into the game is not something that most teams can overcome.
Yeah, it's...
Especially when the late game consists of Yorick ulting either Zed or Twitch.
I hadn't even thought of that, yeah, it's not looking good for MiG Blitz.
No, and
not really.
When they have the composition too, with Ezreal and Varus and Yorick just going to be getting tanky, it's going to be a similar situation to the Shen situation as last time, except CJ Frost also going to have 2 AD carries with double Twitch, and on top of that, an assassin who will be able to blow up nearly pretty much anybody except for Nunu.
Yep.
Well, there, a sign.
Yep. Didn't get to read that fast enough.
Cloud Templar having a strong game already, 1-1-5.
Yeah, not bad.
It's interesting to see how the change in players on CJ Frost seems to have brought out a lot of changes in Cloud Templar and his ability to be that carnivore jungler, to gank early. He always got jokes about being the herbivore jungler who would always just farm, never gank. He's
kind of the omnivore jungler now. I mean, he does a little of both, but he does them both well. And you're absolutely right. I mean, some of the roster changes. Now we're seeing a Frost this season that has so many more dimensions than the Frost we've seen in previous seasons.
Indeed.
It's making a big, big difference.
And much more varied style than their sister team plays.
Oh, yeah,
The one-trick warhorse.
They're strong, but yeah, just kind of one style. They're like, one look. They're the Zoolander. They're very successful, but only one look. It's just blue steel out of CJ Blaze.
So apt.
Yep. They keep telling us they're working on Magnum, but I haven't seen it yet. Dragon dies. They're gonna put some pressure onto this top lane turret, but Shy already pretty tanky with that Negatron cloak and that Kindle gem.
Well, yes, he's going to be quite impenetrable to Lysandra at that point with his sustain. And CJ Frost just rotating, pushing lanes, making sure everything constantly moving in their favor.
Yep.
Blitz
that's
trying
annoying.
to clear some of the pressure with that true shot barrage so they can focus elsewhere and make sure that their inner circle of turrets stays up. But this is already, we see Gank by Mom with the Brutalizer and Last Whisper, and he is just going to tear through any target.
Yeah, I mean, and we're still at this point too where MiG Blitz, you know, their champions just aren't going to be doing a lot of damage right now. I mean, Ezreal, look at Ezreal. He's got a tier, a couple Dorans, and a longsword. And that, I mean, that's quite the arsenal if you're, you know, going into battle in like the 1300s, but in Summoner's Rift right now, I don't think it's going to do him a lot of good.
It's certainly not. They entirely shut down one suck.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
I don't know. I normally in Champion Summer, Noah, I've been impressed with Blitz's pick ban phase, but I think in both games tonight, in pick bans, they showed their comp too early, and it really hurt them.
Oh, wow, they actually get the Cloud Templar a little bit trapped up here. That's a lot used on him. Mad Life comes in, the box, the flay, forcing the flash shot of Apple, rather. Apple does get away. So we had a couple flashes used.
By the way, we have a legitimate chance here for a 15-minute Baron from Frost. They were trying to get that vision control, but he's ambushing.
Oh, one suck.
Okay,
Arcane shifting away.
So why that is because
there's a flash grab that gets Prime. Prime gets pulled in, gets lit up. Rihanna comes in with a good surprise party, though. CJ Frost needs to be careful, but now Gank by Mom coming in on Apple. The Deathmark procs, there's a kill. Double kill for Gank by Mom already. And Wansuck, the only survivor in that fight. Meanwhile, Mad Life goes down, but 1 for 4, yeah, I'll take that. That's not so bad.
Indeed, and they really played that one out nicely as well. And it's really, at this point, just they have so many more items. They're 10,000 gold in the lead.
It's just such an enormous lead at 16 minutes that there's really not a lot, like you said, that MiG Blitz can really do about it. Doesn't matter. I mean, we saw Rihanna get a really, really good Crowstorm in that last fight, but they just were able to out-survive it. Check this out.
Another flash hook from Mad Life.
Hits
just
everyone.
Every single one tonight. And they melt Prime before he could do anything at all. There was a good ult in there from Apple, or rather the Ring of Frost coming in, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah. On even terms, that would have been a good engage for MiG Blitz. But
yeah, they countered nicely with the Crowstorm, the Ring of Frost proving quite useful. It hit most of CJ Frost, but it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the truth.
The horrible truth of it all. And they can take Baron so quickly because all they have to do is Yorick ult Twitch, and they have 2 champions with blades. So that Baron going to get chunked for percentage of health.
Yeah. All right, well.
Sword of the Divine now onto Gank by Mom. Not sure if Troll build. I think it's Troll build.
I think so too, yeah. I can't even remember the last time I don't think I've ever seen that in a pro match.
It has been built in NALCS.
Oh, okay.
Typically on Twitch, so you can get that big ult.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it's not something, this is not something you would normally see on Zed.
No, but Gank by Mom is like Black Cleaver,
I mean,
GA, what's that?
His burst is going to be enormous. He's got Brutalizer, Last Whisper, and Sword of the Divine. Like, that burst damage is, I don't even have words for how big it is.
It's like category 5 Kaiju burst right there.
That's right.
It's a double event.
Okay. The picking is beginning.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Apple.
They're waiting for someone just to get slightly too close.
Yeah, that's right. Space trying to bait. It's a space bait. Oh, the Katrina going in. There it is. Mad Light with the play. Chasing. Wansuck exhausted immediately. Apple coming in from behind, trying to wrap up a few members of Frost. He does so, but Prime hitting the box, not getting out. Double kill already for Gank by Mom. Goga and Rihanna done. Apple falling off the tree there.
Well, GBM still looking for something, but Wansuck is not.
There's the Baron.
And look at that, right there again. Yorick Twitch hold for the double blade.
Yep, that Baron died so fast.
That's, yes.
Apple coming in to try to do something about it. There he actually comes in. Oh, he misses his W, and he's applesauce now. Oh man, it's painful to watch. Actually, that was very close to getting sold. Wansuk wants to die though. He's like, I have had enough with this life. Maybe
Please,
he gets away. He's changed his mind, I guess.
Be my doctor.
No, he hasn't. That's it.
Oh no, ganked by mom.
I guess so. Oh man, he was ganked by mom.
Oh boy. Well, this is a slaughter.
It is.
The likes of which we rarely see.
That's right. It's
in champions, especially considering how close the last game is. But the snowball starting to form really early on, thanks to the multi-lane plays that were made.
It's more violent than Mario in a pen of baby Goombas. It's a bigger stomp than even that.
A bigger stomp, wow. Okay. Well, at this point, Frost should be able just to easily push down this game. 20 minutes are coming. We'll see if Blitz would like to surrender in dignity or whether they would like to pad CJ Frost's KDA rankings.
You know, maybe Woong's got this like deal where it's like, hey, if we start losing really bad, you know, the trade-off is we have to help you with the KDA stuff. It's our punishment for not doing well. So it's gonna be another dragon for CJ Frost. They've got, I mean, look at this. They've got a 13K gold lead at 20 minutes. It's 4 turrets to 0. It seems rather inconceivable that Blitz is going to be able to have a chance to come back. Wansuk again getting caught a bit. How does he hit every single one? How is that possible? You know, I feel like after Mad Life retires from League of Legends, he's just going to become like a pro fisherman or something.
No.
He's going to just cast in and catch like whatever he wants. He's like, this time I want a 6-foot muskie.
No.
He's like, what?
He's going to rapture straight to heaven.
Maybe. Or maybe, Monty, this has just become heaven on earth, watching these games.
Well, as they say, there is,
Flash Cocoon. Silly Cloud Templar. You think you can hit Mad Life plays?
Yes, as they say, there is no victory without the blessing of God, and there is no God but Mad Life.
There you go. I guess so. What do you know? Well, guys, not a lot. You know, I feel bad for you, Monte Cristo, because there's not a whole lot of analysis you can do right now. There's the death mark on the Wansuk. Goodbye. Ganked by mom. Ooh, actually, a nice Lissandra ult from Apple, but still, it's just too much of a lead. Too much damage coming in. Rihanna with another great ultimate, but it is all for naught. It's his party, and he'll cry if he wants to.
That'll be the turret and the inhibitor going down as well.
You know, we keep seeing Blitz with these really good engagements, actually, in these team plays, these good ultimates, but they just got so far behind in the early game. There's just no way. You know, unless you like find a way to clone Lissandra a couple times.
They have a good comp.
Hey, it's Space Bait. Space Bait, the final bait frontier.
They've played well this season. It's sad to see them doing so badly in their last game.
All right, there's a play, there's a death. Apple pie. And they're just gonna go ahead and kill whatever they want to and eventually kill the Nexus.
Well, after this game, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a crab apple.
He is, man.
Not going to be feeling too happy.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if he loses graciously, then at least he'll be a, you know, elegant loser. Otherwise, he'll be a bad apple. That was way too much setup for that one. I apologize to everyone. Everyone who likes funny things everywhere. That was terrible. And now, Cloud Templar coming again. Another huge play from Mad Life. It's just cleanup. Now look at that box. So well positioned. So well. Oh, man. Goodbye, inhibitor number 2. We never liked you anyway. Apple. Dark Path. Not Dark Path. Glacial Path. A lot of paths right now, too. A lot of prisons, a lot of paths.
A lot of glacial stuff.
A lot of glacial stuff.
Glacial
it's because it's the Freljord lore thing,
path.
you know? We're in the Freljord phase of League of Legends. And that's cool. I like that. I like that lore. Shy has had a very relaxing game.
Yes, he's just
he really
chilling
has.
out.
He's like, guys, you know, we already made it into the playoff. I'm just gonna take this game off. Can I just play Yorick and just
farm?
I'll like come and help you do Baron. Like, yeah, sure, Shy. Go ahead and do that. Just skipping for joy.
Cloud Templar got the Yorick ult in that last fight, but he didn't even pop it. He got low, but wasn't able to actually die and make use of it. There's the Sword of the Divine. Finally ganked by Mom, building into that Blade of the Ruined King so we can have a look.
Mad Life getting picked. There's the ultimate. And Mad Life, are they gonna get him? Oh wow, what in the? Well, that was only a double kill for Space before he went down. Never mind a triple kill. If you want to have the Mad Life kill, that's fine, but it's gonna cost you 3 members of your team. Make that 4. Wansuk, oh man, he's so low. He wants it on. There's a death mark coming in from behind on Gogo. Oh, I'm getting ill. This is so disgusting, man.
I really think Blitz should just surrender.
I'm not going to be able to sleep before the plane ride tomorrow. I'm going to have nightmares of this CJ Frost team.
All of a sudden, you're going to be sleeping, and you're going to be like, where's the Twitch?
I'm going to be like, the death sentence was coming right towards me. There was nothing I could do. I flashed, but then he flashed and still happened, even though they fixed that bug. I don't know. There goes inhibitor number 3 to the bitter end.
They're going for
the
complete victory. They must get all of the turrets.
That's right. They're going to make them work for it. But it is the kind of work that Frost loves to do. There goes the Nexus, guys. Apple jumping into the middle of everything. Wants to give a little bit more KDA to the team. And what the heck? Frost is just going to go ahead and fight it. True shot, brush everything. Goodbye, Wansuk. Avaris ultimate somewhere in the middle of there. And Cloud Templar chasing the Spiderlings. GG! 25 minutes, 33 kills to 7 with an enormous gold lead, literally doubling the gold of MiG Blitz is CJ Frost at the end, and they will go to the brackets, to the playoffs in style.
I don't even know what to say about that game.
Biggest stomp of the season, that's what we say. We had a 14-1-10 Twitch in that game.
33 kills for one team in 25 minutes is unbelievably one-sided.
Yeah.
And it really just started off that massive
I think
snowball.
that's Mad Life's mom again, if I remember right.
Mom Life.
Mom Life. It's Mom Life.
Mom Life.
She should be proud. Mad Life's yes. Like yes.
We call her Mary.
And the thing is Mad Life, you know, he didn't have a father. He came through from the midichlorians, right? There needed to be, well, I guess it's not exactly, they need to be imbalanced in the League of Legends force. Thus the midichlorians brought in Mad Life.
Wow.
At least that's how the story goes anyway, I believe.
Unbelievable setup.
Even higher than Master Yoda.
Cloud Templar having a very aggressive set of games, though.
Yeah,
he went for that early dive with a Moo. Korea #1, CJ Frost.
Let's get funky.
It's the new disco album.
That's right.
Craze here in Korea.
Well, Daft Punk did it, so why not CJ Frost? They're going to go 2-0. Man, what a stomp. I was not expecting that. We're out of here a little bit earlier than I thought we would be, I guess. Yeah.
I'm very surprised that that second game, given especially that the first game was quite close, how one-sided that second game managed to be.
You know, I mean, that just shows you, too, that you really got to play every single phase of the game perfectly. I mean, when you're playing in Champions, because Frost just got that early lead and then just snowballed it. And Mad Life getting the MVP, 2-2-18. Quite bloodthirsty.
338 GPM as a support is.
That's pretty high.
Pretty high for a support as well.
I like it. I like it a lot. So he's got 200 MVP points.
18 assists in 25 minutes and 2 kills.
That's literally nearly a killer and assist per minute.
Yes.
Almost. Very, very close. So Shy and Mad Life will be our MVPs.
Well won, well fought by them, and we are going to an interview.
So good. Oh,
and
man,
a man
that game.
who's taking a few moments off from composing as Chopin to bring you this translation.
Chopin?
It's Chobra.
Very nice.
Is my mic on?
Your mic is on.
Yes, it is. I just wasn't sure.
Come
all
on, be
right,
professional.
so we are here wrapping up the, well, not totally wrapping up the group stages, but all the regular days. We have one tiebreaker left for next week. But Frost securing a 2-0 to make sure that they take that first spot and they can move out of groups without having to deal with tiebreakers or anything. They really redeemed themselves. A lot of people, saying, is GBM and Space going to work out for Frost? I mean, they're good players. Are they going to be as consistent? There were a lot of questions. They looked a little bit shaky. Bullets giving them a hard time with that 1-1. But they 2-0 MiG Blitz to go forward. And, in that 2-0, not only did the second game not really matter for MiG Blitz, but, oh man, there's the cheering. That really goes to show the experience difference where Frost can really keep their head in the game, where they still made it, but they can, they want to secure that #1 spot, whereas Blitz really crumbled in that second game. And Chai says, I didn't think I was going to get MVP game 1 because I was just farming, and all the fans are like, oh, please. Oh, please, Chai. I mean, that's kind of true. He did only farm, and that's how he got all those items, but...
That's what he needed to do to win.
Oh, and Shai says, so at the beginning, I really just didn't think so. But after, at the end, when Caitlyn started beating on me and I was taking no damage, I was like, oh, maybe I will get MVP. And so, Shai, tons of people just loving Shai, asking him to marry them and giving him all sorts of cheers in the fan signs right now. And asking about Contempla's reaction when he didn't get blue on a Mumu. and Shai says, I mean, Shai says, I mean, let's be honest, right? When it comes to blue buff, it's whoever takes it first, right? Whoever takes it is the owner. And he's like, I'm sure Mad Life was going for the blue buff too, and Mad Life's like, nope, not me. Asking about the asking about the 4-door and start, and Shai's like, oh, I actually had no idea that they went 4-door and start. And he only saw the 2-doors after going back home, and so he said, he didn't really think about the 4-doors. And Shai continuing to say, my teammates just play really well, so all I have to do is CS. I just CS. I'm a CS master. Shai was really clueless that game. We're like, so TF had a really hard time CSing, and he's like, oh, really? Shai really focusing only on his own CS that game. And Shai says, I mean, I sense that it seemed dangerous for Ganked by Mom, but Shai's still only focusing on his own CS, staying true to his lane. Really makes you wonder if top lane is really lonely, if it's just Shai making it lonely for himself, not caring about the rest of his team. Shai kind of going on his own tangent about how he missed some taunts. But Shai had really good micro in a lot of those fights, especially at Dragon, dodging a lot of those skill shots and going in for those taunts. And so, tips on split pushing with Shen. And Shai says, just don't get picked, don't get caught out. You got to make sure you keep the flow. And Shai's not like the strongest character, so you just have to be really annoying, and you just have to stick with that lane. And Shai's like, I honestly don't think Shen is a must ban against me. So if they do ban Shen against me, then that's fine too, because that means they're sacrificing a different ban against me, and I'll have more champions to play. So a true MVP in that top lane. Mad Life, I have never heard more fangirls cheering for like a quiet, stoic guy, but he has the #1 fans. And just thankful to have won the MVP. And wow, there's a handsome drawing. And is your death sentence a targeted ability compared to everyone else's skill shot? And Manlife says, you just practice a lot, and when you miss a lot, you realize why you're missing, and you find your habit and you fix it. And then you get it well.
네, 어떠셨어요?
그때 이게 탑을 밀려고
네.
같이 시장상을 하러 가려고 했는데 MIG 분께서 자리 치시고 계셨더라고요.
네.
그때 좀 당황하긴 했는데 호산이가 궁주하고 치더니 갑자기 잘 녹나면서
And Mad Life says when he got caught up in that try rush at top, he's like, well, you know, I was just going to clear and open it up. And so I went up there, and I was a little bit surprised because they were all sitting there. But after I used my abilities, Space comes up, and he blows his spray and pray, and Space is like, oh, they're actually just melting really easily. I'm just going to keep going. And so it was really more Space doing that well.
나면서 킥을 하기 때문에 굉장히 무엇반도 많이 이해했다고 생각했어요.
And even in picks, Mad Life felt very comfortable in game 2, knowing that they could win it.
선수가 뭐라고 하시던 거예요?
일단 벤으로 이제 베인하고 트위치하고 벤다면서
네.
K3가 이지를 가져가신 걸 보시니까 거의
그쵸?
4벤이잖아요.
예.
그 상황에서 호산이가 참 여러 가지 많이 얘기했는데 그냥 자기 그냥 크겠다고 호흡 올라가지고
And
그때부터 그냥
talking about the bans in the first game, you know, double ban Vayne and Twitch against Space, and then they took away Ezreal and Caitlyn. So Space was a little bit annoyed, but then Space was just told the team, I'm just going to get big. I'm going to go huge. And then he picked Kog'Maw and continued to get a lot of assists. And that's how game 1 got played out.
어떻게 생각하세요? 그거는?
그런 것 같아요.
그런 거 같아요?
네, 정말 그
예.
홍보부 그 효과인 것 같아요.
그렇구나. 저는 다른 이유가 있나 선수들이 많이 픽을 하니까 정말 옹호였거든요. 네.
And talking about Yorick, and Shai's like, well, I think it's the home effect, right? And so home picked Yorick, did well with it, and now we're just all picking Yorick up in that top lane.
그냥 갔다.
네, 좀 심심하니까 그냥 갈것 같아요.
네, 알겠습니다. 예. 오늘 가뿐하게 2승 거뒀고요. 또 8강 진출까지
And so we're gonna
1위로, 조 1위로 8강
wrap things up here, but Frost really redeeming themselves, sticking in the playoffs as #1 in their group, which, you know, in the rivalry between Frost and Blaze, that puts a lot of pressure on Blaze to also want to finish first. And that way they also won't have to meet in the round of 8.
그리고 또 계속 찾아주시는 그 팬분들한테
And Shai says we will continue to go really far. Very thankful to our fans who have always been by our sides. And of course, CJ management and coaching, the Frost and Blaze sister team, you know, the Brotherhood. Very thankful for all of that. Shai, you know, shout out to all the support that the CJ Frost team has had throughout over a year now. Well, you know, since their MiG Frost days, and pretty much actually just about a year for Shai himself, having joined last summer season.
롤드컵에 셋을 열리잖아요. 지난번에는 준우승 했었는데
And
롤챔프 우승하고
Man Life says,
TPL
you know,
겪었던
World Championship is coming up in October. I know last year we lost second place, very unfortunate loss against TPA, but this season we will go get to that stage and get that trophy, get first place in the World Championship. There's on air the, you know, head manager and the head coach, and then the actual coach and analyst for CJ Frost right behind him with Ganked by Mom. And that is it for the regular days of the group stage, but I'm going to throw it back to Doa and Monte Cristo to wrap up the show.
All right, thank you once again, Chobra. And you know, one really interesting thing I heard in that interview was, let's rewind a little bit to the beginning of last season. And now think about Shai saying he's picking a champ because he saw home pick it. Think about that statement in the context of the beginning of Champion Spring. Shows you just how far home has come. That's kind of like a neat aside to take out that interview. So, today's results, guys. LGIM #2 losing to Najin Shield. Shield looked really good in those games.
They did. Crisp rotations, good lane pressure.
Talk about looking really good. CJ Frost. Very close game in game number one. Very cool, but crushing game #2.
I'm still reeling from that game #2. That just goes to show if you give even a little bit to Frost, they will absolutely snowball hard.
You cannot give any chance to Frost, or they will crush you. So Group A, MVP Ozone and Jin Falcons get through, 7 points and 6 apiece. Meanwhile, we've got a tie in Group B. CJ Blaze rather, and CTU tied at 5 points. They'll have a playoff. In Group C, SK Telecom, T1, and Najin Shield making it through after Najin Shield's 2-0 today. And finally in Group D, CJ Frost and the KT Bullets make it on. So really, when it comes down to it, only that one tiebreaker, I believe, on next Wednesday.
Yes.
Unless
and if the KT Bullets would have actually 2-0'd LGIM, they would have been up there with the same points as Frost, but
Well,
not
guys,
this time. And there we go.
This
on
match
Wednesday.
it's going to be great. We're not going to be here. We're going to be in the U.S. We're going to be hanging out at the Riot offices all next week. But Chobra and a very special guest will be
right.
casting that for you guys. So you have a lot to look forward to there. We're going to keep that secret. Let Chobra tell
That's
it.
right. It's
Yep.
Chobra's secret to tell.
Chobra's Secret. I think that was a drama show on like ABC at one point, wasn't it?
Chobra's secret.
Chobra's Secret, I think.
I think it's his new lingerie line.
Or was there one called Touched by a Chobra? Maybe, I don't know. Either way, guys, great games tonight. Oh, wow. I mean, that last game. I mean, it's fun to see really, really close games, you know, but it's also fun to see the complete raffle stomps every once in a while. See that dominating play. But what a great week. What a great group stages, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks as we'll be in North America next week hanging out. But thanks for watching OGN Champion Summer from Seoul, South Korea. Don Monte Cristo. See you next time.
There's a different place. Look at how close you now were. I created paradise with you where only you could fly. You do